On December 3rd, EA sent me a very heartwarming early Christmas gift by telling me that my Battlefield 2042 account has been involved in cheating, and that they've blocked my access to the game on all platforms. I'm not an idiot, and I don't expect anyone to believe me right out of the box when I say that I got banned for cheating without cheating. So I was like, yeah, whatever, I won't make a fuss out of it. It's probably just an honest mistake. I'll just dispute it so some EA employee can look through it and maybe get me unbanned in the process. Could be worse, I guess. I mean, the guy at McDonald's screwed my order up the other day. Twice. 9/11 happened. So I figured since I didn't actually do anything, I could get myself unbanned and back to playing the game. That is, until I got a response from EA about 2 days later saying that their Terms of Service team did a quote-unquote full investigation of my account and have quote-unquote confirmed that my account was involved in cheating. This email is going to come back later, so take note that the only part of this that was written by a human being was the hello at the top and still need help part at the bottom. Now the first wave of bans happened around mid-November during the 2042 beta, where people who bought the non-standard versions could play a week ahead of the game's launch, with the earliest case I could find of these false positive bans happening on November 12th. I found a few other posts on a few Reddit threads describing a similar issue to mine, one of which included the exact same email I'd received after trying to dispute the ban. A little while after this, I disputed the ban a second time, this time asking if I could have some details on it, like what caused it to begin with. And to no surprise, I got another automated response, saying that they had thoroughly investigated my account and concern, and found that they took the right actions once again. There wasn't even a human this time, we're completely in robot territory now. Fucking bring back MonVJ, I already missed that guy. While I was getting that, more people were taking to EA and Steam forums about getting banned out of the blue for seemingly no reason. Everyone in those threads who tried to dispute their claims got the same automated emails I did. This one guy's even on a first-name basis with their support guy, like, what the fuck, MonV, why can't we be like that? Some people are speculating that maybe it's RGB software that's setting off easy anti-cheat security measures. I honestly don't know, and given EA's repeated claims of thorough investigations into all these cases, you'd think we'd have this information by now. What we do know is that something's going on with the anti-cheat, and despite some drones on forums claiming that in spite of all the flaws and bugs of Battlefield 2042, the anti-cheat is perfect and errorless and would never make a mistake ever. I mean, look at this shit. Fucking, don't cheat. Done. Don't use disruptive software. Like, this whole fucking game is disruptive software. Like, saying this is like telling a homeless guy that it's his fault for not being able to afford an apartment. In LA. You should've just not spent all your money on crack, yeah? Just walk into McDonald's with your resume and shake the manager's hand. He'll be legally obliged to give you a job. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, am I right, fellow grinders? I mean, sure, there's some people out there who screw themselves over with crippling gambling addictions and poor life choices, but there's also a lot of people getting their metaphorical anal cavities blown the fuck out by Mr. Monopoly, and Uncle Sam's just letting that shit happen. Now, I don't want to put being wrongfully banned from a video game in the same category of severity as a national economic crisis. This is really just my crackpot way of saying you can't go around pointing fingers at an individual when the system, in this case it's Easy Anti-Cheat, is a broken piece of shit. There's people who are going to defend this company till they're fucking dead. There's people on forums saying shit like, oh, I didn't cheat or get banned, so that means the anti-cheat is completely fine. You're crazy. Or some of my favorites. The fucking Colonel Feeder here says, I've heard every damn excuse there is, Sonny. I was an admin for almost 20 years. Fucking admin of what? And ever came across one false positive. You trying to say you did? Anyways, nothing better than catching and banning cheats. Try harder. Me and my buddies have been playing since the 90s and none of us have gotten a false ban ever. Go figure. Yeah, I don't remember fucking Doom or Duke Nukem banning you for changing your little RGB lights on your keyboard. Yup, played for decades on PC and never a false ban. Played many games that have the easy anti-cheat system and yep, still no ban. I might have to invest in a better gaming chair to qualify for a ban? Did you never kill the admin of a server in Counter-Strike and then get immediately banned afterwards?
I am banned.
Do you think that the programmers at EAC are just a bunch of script kiddies who have released a substandard program for fun? I mean, if you take the C out of there and remove the fun, yeah. To ban for things like KD ratio, or that you happen to slaughter bots on a server, because what do they do there otherwise? Or that it's enough to report someone innocent, or for a program like IQ, which they probably already fixed. I don't like that word, probably. I also don't like the fact that this shit happens in fucking Twitter or YouTube, where you can just report somebody enough times and they'll actually get banned. And you know, EAC probably isn't just a drag and drop solution. Bam, you have an anti-cheat. It probably requires some work to be done on the programmer's side as well. Anyways, back to this shit. For me, this is just called anti-cheat, something that has been missing since many titles back. That is true. And finally, Battlefield has also got its first ban wave, and hopefully not the last. Good job, EAC. You know, stuff like this is fine. You know, if you want to be their personal defense force for free and ignore a legitimate issue, that's okay. If you want to go around sucking every EA DICE employee's cock with your thumb up your ass, then the least I could recommend is that you suck mine too. Hell, maybe afterwards you can swish it around, gargle it in your mouth, and share it with your friends while you talk about how this game is actually a misunderstood, flawless masterpiece, and that the average consumer is too stupid to appreciate the fact that this game is a series' magnum opus. Levolution moments, am I right? I think the saddest part about this is that it feels like EA and DICE are both going out of their ways to intentionally ignore this issue as well. There's an argument to be made that maybe communicating this kind of information to the higher-ups involves too many people and steps that make communication a really hard process in a massive company such as EA or DICE. And I'd buy that if it weren't for the fact that DICE recently canceled some cosmetic skin because people on Reddit didn't like it. You'd think if they have some awareness of the community, they'd see a bunch of people suddenly talking about being banned for reasons only known to some deranged computer program and act on it, or at least make some kind of statement on it. You know, one of those posts where they put the company and game logo on Twitter along with some statement about how they're doing their best to save the world and cure cancer. It'd honestly be a relief to hear any kind of acknowledgement about this issue from a higher-up, or a media outlet, or even the fucking janitor. But at that point, I might as well just hope for a better game to come out soon. In fact, I highly doubt anything will come out of me making this video, and I don't think I'll be playing 2042 again for the rest of its life cycle, or any other future releases in this series, and that's kinda sad. I didn't really like BF 2042 at launch. The core gameplay wasn't really my bowl of soup, and I think it needed a lot more time to cook. But it was also a game I wanted to check in on every now and then, get a little taste, and see if it finally reached a point where I could really enjoy it for what it was, and maybe even have some fun along the way. But you know, that's not happening. So for all the people in the same boat as me who spent like $60 plus, I'm sorry, and I hope you're able to find a better game. Until then, I'm going back to Battlefield 4 to get my FPS fix until my VR shit gets here. Fucking FedEx. Thanks for watching this piece of shit. If you like it, subscribe and leave a comment with a cute smiley face below. If you didn't like it, subscribe then immediately unsubscribe and leave a comment with an angry face below. For the two people who have been asking me why I haven't been streaming for what'll soon be 2 weeks, one, I appreciate the concern, it means a lot to me. Thank you. And two, I'm doing fine and I'll be streaming stuff again starting next Monday. For everyone else, have a nice day.